Never been worried about the change in the weather. Little too cold to feel the sunshine. If everyone thought the same, we'd be in the land of never. It's not the same at the end of the lifeline. Never been thinking about the why or the weather. Spinning is singing like a siren in the sun. Wind is howling, it took the waves that took us under. Falling around and bringing up whispers by the ton. Giving it all in the cable. Never to sing, you know it's quiet under the table. Giving it all under the bubble. Bring me closer to the fire on the double. Breathe high, feel low. Keep your head down 'cause you need to go. Everyone has to face the storm in the winter. The hounds are howling in the frenzy and the fray. The tales are coming and it's time to man the tiller. Better get going before the blood dissolves the grave. Giving it all in the cable. It's never too safe, you know it's quiet under the table. Breathe high, feel low. Keep your head down 'cause you need to
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have it's a Monday night, so everything's going insane. It's all a bit crazy tonight.
Start of a new week.
You didn't have your walk tonight like you normally do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino Spot. it's a Monday night. I know, crazy, and we are normally on Tuesdays. So make sure that on your YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to Gino Spot. Every Tuesday we are on it at 6:30 in the evening, and we do it. It's relentlessly. We do it relentlessly since 5 years ago. Andrew has just reminded me. And tonight we got Andrew Binning on the show. Also thank you to our sponsors, which are nowhere to be found on the screen as well. A special thanks to Fat Cats for our amazing food. Check out Grace. You know Grace.
Yes, Grace.
She's a legend.
Grace and Kim and Simone and colleagues.
Yes, thank you so much for the lovely food tonight as well for Gino Spot. We are happening.
We are celebrating.
We got chow, we got the things. I've got my. I'm using the cheers.
Cheers.
It's the penguin one tonight. The penguin one I've got is the one that saves the penguins.
Very good.
When
Well
you
done.
buy these, you save some penguins. I think they've done 9,000 penguins.
Wow.
Up
Well
until
done.
now.
Well done. I've got the dry lemon.
Yeah, no penguins with that.
No penguins.
Absolutely bugger all. You know, that's the problem I have with you, Andrew, is that you just don't care about the penguins. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
And welcome. Fitch and Leeds, obviously our sponsors. They are here as well. They've been with us since the beginning. And you see the dogs inside as well. I don't know how that got out there as well.
Who let the dogs out?
Exactly. Exactly. And so we are Fitch and Leeds, and also Amobia behind you as well. Nicola, I don't know if you know Nicola Smith as well. She's been on board the whole time.
Very good. Very good. Well done to the sponsors. Sponsors are required to keep things going.
And they were so needed back in the day when COVID hit, you know. And I remember yourself. We were just talking about the fact you got obviously Inkanyezi events company. And we've Center Stage, Megstorm, all of them were just like, you know, what the hell are we going to do? You know,
it was crazy. It was crazy times.
It was
really crazy times. And we all thought that lockdown would last 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, and it just kept on going and going. So it was crazy times.
Longer and longer. It was just crazy. And we just didn't know what was going to happen.
No.
And we were just talking about the fact that Andrew did was it the Narcan thing, or what was it? Was it an event that you were doing, a conference, and it was almost like a trade show kind of thing, and you had all the different people, all the different the sort of
stalls,
all the stalls, but they were all in 3D online. So it was like
Yes.
going through a TV game. You can-
Yes, yeah, we had a couple of those, Gino, which were very different to what obviously, you know, I mean, the whole thing of trade shows is you face to face. You can talk to somebody, you can engage in all your senses.
Yeah.
But of course, during COVID, you couldn't do anything. So yeah, we resorted to an online trade show where you're right, you could use your mouse and move around and knock on the door.
Yes.
And then
And hopefully there were people
that's
there.
it. That's it. Hopefully somebody was
Yeah,
at their stand, and they would then
Yeah.
voice call you or video call you.
Wow.
And that was our way to try and just kind of keep the business going during
Yeah.
COVID.
I thought it was a fantastic plan. I mean, it was just crazy because everybody's trying so many different things. There we go. There's some. We've got our waitresses
More
arrived.
refreshments are coming
And
in.
we need glasses at least in this for it, because otherwise we can't pour our gin. We've got enough of these now, you know. We've got,
Oh
There we
boy, it's
go.
going to be a long interview, eh?
Hand them on, hand them
There
on.
we go.
We've
Thank you.
because it's Monday night. We were a far cry from our usual Tuesday organisation. We've run out. We used to have the gin, the punters from Keith Clark,
Yes.
Casey Clark.
Yes.
You know Casey?
Yes.
What a legend.
Yes.
And-
Real legend.
And it is. Oh, look at this. We're running out here already. Somebody tag Sarah Gibson. We need some more of her
That's it.
gin old buck or whatever it is. And but we always have a nice little drink and a nice little chat and a drink on Gino's
Excellent.
spot. It's all about PE and it's about what's happening here and the people that are here that have just got their heads down and working. You know. So there's some ice as well. There we go.
Here comes some ice. Here comes some ice.
Go
There
on,
we go.
go
There
on,
we go.
go.
Can I add for you
Yes,
there?
please,
Okay.
please. I don't mind.
Gino's
your
spot is
fingers.
rocking tonight.
It is, it is. I hope you guys are all good online. If you're watching, please get yourself a drink and join us. You're welcome to. It's best. Gino's spot is best served with a little bit of a drink. You know.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah,
Like you say, we work far too hard in the city.
we do. I think we have to because it's PE. you
Yes,
know,
yes.
Because we are away
Yes.
from the Joburg rush. You know.
Yes,
where
we
there's
choose
so many
this
people.
lifestyle because it's a good balanced lifestyle. But I think we work harder for our income.
We do.
Wait until any of our out of town clients, but I think we definitely work harder.
Do you also, I mean, over the years, I've found that we've fought against this thing like, oh, from PE, well, it's not going to be equality, you know?
Definitely. It's one of those things I think that people would go to a Joburg, Cape Town, Durban
Yeah.
client, and things happen a lot quicker.
Yeah.
They perceive a lot bigger, but better.
Yeah.
But I think we knuckle down here and make things happen.
We do.
Yes.
I think so. So, and at the moment, are you busy with any projects at the moment with Inkanyezi that are I know the Narcam is coming up.
Yes.
Narcam thing is coming
Yes. So for some reason, Gino, we've kind of fallen into that automotive sector quite a bit.
up. Okay.
This year, it so happens that the two trade shows we are involved in are taking place about a month apart. So they happen every 2 years, and they've just somehow coincided.
Okay.
One is the Narcam show here in the city, which is the Automotive Component Association
Okay.
in South Africa. The National Association of Automotive Components and Allied Manufacturers, which is why we call them Narcam.
Yes.
And then just literally 3.5 weeks later, we are in North Africa, in Algeria, and we're involved in an intra-Africa trade fair. Also involved in the automotive sector
Also
there.
automotive,
So, it's a busy year for us, but it's good. Thinking back to those COVID times, we'd rather have this busyness
Absolutely.
than those times. So,
Yeah. So the automotive thing. I mean, how does this happen? I presume that it's just like you start with your first one, and then and then they realize you're doing a good job, and then they'll pick you for the next one and then it becomes a tick box. Eventually, it's like, okay, well, Andrew's here.
Sure.
It's going to be cool.
Sure. Well, we hope so. I think we took a lot of counsel from people way back in the day when we started. In fact, pre-Narcam show days, we started the South African Automotive Week.
Yeah.
And we initially thought it would be a car show, but soon realized that this city is not where the economy is from a purchasing perspective. So car shows would work well in your bigger cities.
Yeah.
And we then took some counsel to go more on the component business-to-business side.
Okay.
So we deal with more with the grease and the components and the
Okay.
parts
Gee
than
whiz,
your
okay.
completed vehicles.
Okay.
And that's where it all started.
suppliers.
And suppliers.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, most vehicles have got on average 1,500 parts. So there's a bigger market for the components, and of course it's a very important, complicated
thing to make these
Sure,
cars. Eh?
sure.
And so you're basically dealing with the guys that are producing here as well, or is it also the importers and that as well, or is it?
No, so Narcam are very much focused on the South African industry, and there will be a case for some multinationals who are based overseas, but as long as they've got a local content and are willing to work with local suppliers, local manufacturers. So the Narcam show is very much a showcase of the South African industry.
Okay.
The event we do in Algeria, which moves around Africa every 2 years, is more than African focus. So what is Africa producing, and where can certain African countries produce more from a manufacturing perspective and import less? Okay. Very similar kind of concepts.
Okay. So in other words, they're feeding those countries that are they're perhaps a different parts of manufacture in different countries.
Correct. So not every country can manufacture. We don't have the economy in Africa or the buying power, but the guys we work with, they are looking at different value chains, different zones or different parts of Africa to supply certain components, certain parts.
Okay.
So it's all very exciting.
Wow.
So
because that then obviously extrapolates this whole. I mean, it's a global thing, So where those parts, where do they go to? They go to Europe, or do they go to South Africa to come here? Struendale, where's the place?
Yes.
I mean, Volkswagen's here. There's Mercedes-Benz in East London.
Yes. Isuzu is here.
Isuzu is here as well.
No, it's very much a global industry, and they all talk volumes. So it's all about whether the components are exported internationally or whether vehicles are manufactured here and exported to certain markets. It's all about volumes. It's all about numbers. And you need bigger numbers.
Yes.
The
margins are this much, and the numbers have to be.
That's it.
The numbers have to be that.
Yeah, so we've kind of fallen into that automotive sector. We've done events in the past, big trade shows around mohair and wool and textiles. That's been exciting. We're doing an annual career
that's
skills.
That's certainly PE Uteneg, eh?
Yes.
I mean, the wool stuff
yes.
has been here since the early days.
Yes.
So are you still doing the wool stuff as well?
No, it's sort of every couple of years the industry decides to hold a big event. The one that we did a couple of years back was, of all places, in Graafrenet.
Oh.
So the industry was very keen to host it where the growers, where the farmers were situated.
Okay.
So a lot of work putting together marquee tents, and we had from farmers to weavers to the guys who dye, who manufacture, to the international buyers. I think we had about 200 buyers from Japan, China, Europe.
So it's your job really to connect these people as well.
That's our role.
A function, but connect them in an event.
Correct.
So you're going to make sure those channels of communication are open.
Correct. An event is just really a means to connect people with each other. So we often quite liberally say that an event logistics is not the most difficult part.
Yes.
It's the connecting of the right people and the right stakeholders with each other.
Well, but that makes it the success.
Correct.
The success, if people are meeting and they're making business, they're meeting the right people.
Correct.
Then you've done your job.
Correct.
It doesn't. The entertainment and the thing is peripherals.
Yes.
Yes.
You're quite right. But this conversation is very serious.
Yes, it is.
Very serious for a Monday evening.
No, we'll go into the history now. Then all stories will have to come out, Andrew Bidding. No, because I know that you're a Hager. You were in Muir, I know that.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
So I didn't grow up in The Hague, but I went to high school, quite rightly so. So I'm what's classified as an old Muirite. That's my title. No, so there lies another story. My parents, I think, read between the lines and were not so keen for me to become a boarder. So I grew up in a little village of Red House.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
And every day caught a train to school.
Oh, wow.
So that half an hour was mine, and there were about 25 of us who caught a train from. Trying to think, let's say.
Perseverance.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a couple of stations further back. Right. Sydenham, Swartkops, Red House, Dispatch, Perseverance. So by the time we got
a rough train.
Yeah. There were a few occasions we had to dive through the windows of the train while it was already pulling out of the station, you know. But that half an hour was our time to do the final homework. And so my parents, and I think quite rightly so, the stories I hear now post-school of the guys who stayed in the hostel, I think to myself, is that the same school I went to or not? You know?
I'm sure.
So, but no, I'm a proud old Muirite and have got involved in many of the activities the last couple of years.
That's actually so funny that train goes from Sydney to Swartkomst.
Yes,
to Smash.
And as I got closer to the more naughtier buggers got on the train, I reckon.
Exactly, the buggers who
Yeah.
must have been a hectic time.
Yeah.
And so, but in junior school, where were you born? Were you born in PE?
Yes, born and bred. In fact, my parents lived in Amsterdam Hoek for many years, but moved to Red House when my older sister got to primary school age, because there was no primary school at that stage in Blue Water Bay. They may have sent us to Blue Water Bay if it had been around at that stage, but no school in that area, so they moved to Red House to be closer to the Red House primary school.
Okay.
And that's where my primary school career happened, at Red House Primary.
You must have got into sailing then.
Yeah,
Because
it
on
wasn't
Sundays-
the heart of mine, to be honest, but we did sail.
Okay, so
did
I mean, you said those regattas on every weekend,
Yes,
just about,
yes.
with the dab chicks and the
Yes.
mirrors and the lasers,
Yes.
those things.
So Gino, in those days, I mean, I was probably like about 30 k's light, you know. So we prayed for not
Like
too.
this.
Yes, just like this. We prayed for not too strong a wind. If the wind was strong, that boat just you were just swimming the whole time, you know. But if it was a light breeze, it was okay.
It
You
was
would like
okay. You know what I mean?
just keep on going, you know.
Classic.
So yes, sailing.
But when growing up there must have been a different kind of vibe than town, you know?
It was an incredible way to grow up, you know, and safe. A lot of people would say, "Oh, was Red House dangerous?" But we walked around as 6, 7, 8-year-olds going up.
Yeah.
We walked everywhere. We played tok-toki, you know.
Yeah.
We threw stones at people's roofs and ran away.
Have you
We
still
put-
got mates from back then?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes. In fact, I was on holiday in Knysna in December, and we worked out that there were 5 or 6 of us who grew up in Red House. We were all in Knysna at the same time. So we met up for breakfast the one morning
lovely.
at the log in Knysna, you know. So Red House has got a special kind of pull, and many of the families are still there, generational.
Yeah.
We've since moved to Warmer many years ago, but still many friends who live there and families, and a great place to grow up.
It must be familiar when you go back.
Yes.
I don't know what it's like now. I
Yes.
haven't been out to Red House for a long time.
Yeah, some changes, but I think overall those memories come flooding back every time you drive through the village.
Yeah.
And
It was its own village. I mean, was there a little town hall or a little thing there as well? It was its own place, like Warmer used to be.
yes, very much so.
Own
So
municipal
town hall,
thing.
there was a little church, there was a tennis club. At one stage there was a hockey club. There's still a bowls club. There's still a rowing club.
Yeah.
There's a club for gentlemen, which is still. In fact, they celebrated 150 years last year, I think it was.
Okay.
And the gentlemen who belong to this club wear these bright pink blazers. Bright pink. I mean, you've never seen a pinker. Yeah. So, so yeah, it's still very much got its charm, and like I say, generational families have lived and still live in Red House. So
Yeah,
it was a great place to grow up.
Because you often think about it. I mean, you got kids as well now. How many children? You,
3 that I know of.
3. The other ones might be euthanasia. Red House. So 3 kids and ages now.
So I got a 16-year-old.
Okay, wow, okay.
And twins that are 14 years old.
Okay.
All girls. So, you know,
Oh, wow.
my penalty for going to Muir College is I have three daughters.
Damn right. Damn, you got getting your comeuppance now.
And they, I think, are at your old school.
Oh, VP.
At VP. So,
Excellent.
So those 3 girls are doing very
Brilliant.
well and enjoying VP.
Oh,
and
they'll
grade school.
They will come out there. They'll know exactly what's what. I tell you what, those girls taught me everything I needed to know. I was just, I used to watch the grey guys crash and burn
Yes.
at the parties, chatting up these girls. And I thought, no, don't say that. Don't go there. Don't do that. But I mean, you think about raising your children now, and Red House is or a place like that is actually a great place for kids.
Yes.
Well, this is what we're hoping is going to be for PE.
Yes,
For
yes.
the Joburg guys to come down here.
No, spot on. And I think it's finding the balance now as well. Having young children, we want to also keep them safe, but at the same time, we're saying, well, walk down the road if you have to. Go as a group. Be a little bit independent because you don't want to become paranoid about going outside.
Yes.
So we give them a bit of freedom.
Yeah, okay.
They probably wish for more.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure they do get a little more than you know about.
Yes. But no, very, very proud of them, and they're doing well.
Oh, good. And well, VP is a fantastic school. Gareth Jacobson there now.
Correct.
Ex-Larry's.
Correct.
And he's wonderful. And of course, Mike from Mark before that. So
Yes.
a string of great principles. is all
Yes,
there.
Mark from Mark, of course, being an old Muirite, so he laid the foundation very well
There
for
we
many
go.
years.
Yes.
And then Gareth Jacobson came from Clarendon, so now we call it the Clarendon Park High School. I mean,
That's a
Victoria
good-
Park High
yes,
School.
of course. Oh no, because Clarendon is also a wonder, and that's one thing about PE. There are amazing schools here. They're really, really good.
We've got incredible schools, both primary
Selection.
school and high school, real selection. So it's a great place to bring up a family. And I think that's the envy of many, friends or acquaintances or business colleagues we have in Joburg, especially.
Yeah.
To say we've got so many good schools, and
Yeah.
I can turn my computer off and be on the beach within 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
It's unheard of for many people.
Yeah, no. You just, it's literally everything is so close.
Yes, yes,
Especially living in Walmart, which is also great. I mean, and now so let's take us through. So after school, you at Muir. Were you sporty? You said you're probably a tall chap. You do high jump.
I'll tell you a story later about high jump when I got to university. But look, I as any young boy, or most young boys, I enjoyed my sport.
Yeah.
Muir was very good for us in the sense that being a smaller school, you were forced to play more than one sport. I think these days they almost try and get you to focus on a sport and become very good at one sport.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Whereas at Muir, we were, I played hockey, I played cricket, I played tennis.
Yeah.
I even tried my arm at rugby in my final year.
Lock.
No, I'll stay with the forwards. I think I was fullback or wing or something. So I love my sport, and I got back to Red House and I said to my father, come bowl to me outside cricket season. By that stage, my dad was too old to bowl overarm, so he used to come and bowl underarm. So yeah, enjoyed the sport.
What did your dad do?
My dad worked for 42 years for Marion Roberts.
Wow.
So he was the paymaster.
Okay.
So I used to go and join him every now and then on a Saturday morning. He'd prepare the pay slips and the cash inside a little brown envelope.
Yeah.
And then off we'd go to somewhere in North End under some strange bridge, and the guys would queue up and sign for their little brown envelope.
That brown envelope.
Yeah.
How dangerous is that?
Yeah. I mean, you
Jeez,
wouldn't dream of these days.
No,
So,
you
so
can't.
yes, my dad worked for Marion Roberts for many years. My mum was a stay-at-home mom for many years, and then she worked for Maskew Miller Longman for also quite a long time.
Okay. The
And then
book place.
yeah.
Jeez, like
And then she got into
Maskew
photography and worked for Photo City in Traduna Mall for a long time.
Traduna Mall. Remember down in the town, down it's Pelagos and
That's
it
it.
was all there.
You go down there now, you got to take some bodyguards to go with you.
Properly. It's on the bus station down
So
there.
that's it. So we grew up sort of later teens with photographs coming out of our ears, So lots of printed photographs, which was great.
And you say stay-at-home mom, in our, we are what, Gen X? I presume, are you the same age as me? I think
I think we're now sort of early
53,
40s.
55 now to this year.
I'm not too far behind you.
I'm 55 this year. But the moms at that time, they were like heroes, man. They literally gave up the entire...
Yes.
Anything that they wanted to do was put on hold,
Yes. No.
Look, moms do that, but our moms, particularly,
Yes.
I just remember those days where they would take us everywhere, do everything for us.
Yes.
Just crazy.
And the sad part, I think, for many of us, Gino, is that we only realized that later on in life. How much sacrifice they actually did and gave up.
Yeah.
So
Your mom's still around?
no, she passed away last year, April,
shame.
so just about a year ago. So
Oh wow, so it's still quite fresh, Simon. Oh, that's
yeah, but no, I'm very privileged to have the parents that I had, and upbringing was good. So no
Yeah.
complaints.
No, that's good. That's good,
Yeah.
and that gives you a good grounding.
Yes,
if you,
yes,
that's a lot,
yes.
so many people.
So I managed to convince my parents after not going to the school hostel.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to then UPE, now the
UPE,
Nelson
yeah,
University, and managed to convince my parents to let me go stay in Res for a year. So I
yes,
stayed in
sir.
Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Xanadu, MFlat. And that's where my soccer career started.
Oh, soccer, yeah.
And
Yes,
that's where
sir.
my athletics career started and ended.
Did I call you Andrew? Met
All
die
I can recall is Soraya Klutter and I danced my first soccer together,
Soraya.
and it was to da 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 Thunder.
Oh, ja, sy
Ja.
Thunder with a F.
Thunder, thunder,
Thunder with a F.
And in my athletics career, so at first year athletics, they say, okay, well, Andrew, you 6 foot something,
Yeah.
hurdles.
Oh, it was hekkies.
And I got to the first hickey and I came
Oh,
crashing down,
yes.
and that was the start and the end of my hickeys
no.
career. So,
Is that what you're talking about high jumps?
yeah, I stayed away from any athletics
Yes,
after
man,
that.
So
you know.
hekkies. Nee, if 200 meter hekkies en die 100 meter hekkies.
That's it.
It was only the Afrikaans schools that did that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like spies gooi and hammer gooi and
That's
that
it,
stuff.
that's
Those
it,
guys,
that's it.
I don't know, maybe they got to the trove of stuff at the education department first, you know, where
Yes,
you know,
yes.
like the phone Afrikaans schools first in those days.
Yes,
Ja,
yes.
kom kyk wat ons het hierso. Okay, ek vat die hamer, ek vat 2 15 hekkies, dankie. En dan vat ek gou jy vir daai spies 2-3 spies.
That's it. That's it.
And,
That's it.
and then the English schools get there, they, no, there's nothing left.
No, finished.
Yeah, you can
finished.
take these.
So, like my daughter at VP now, for athletics day, they said, okay, you got to do something.
Yeah.
And all the activities were fully booked. And the only one left was
Discus.
discus. So she came second
Yes.
at VP, sent off to EP schools.
Oh yeah, of
Met
course.
some young ladies from Afrikaans schools,
Yeah.
and that was the end of
Came
her discus
last.
career. Yeah.
It's funny, I had exactly the same experience. I went, I thought,
Okay.
hey, let me try some discus, and I won it.
Wow.
And then I went to EP schools and I lost
You lost it.
by a million miles. Because
Yeah.
it's like swimming. I don't know if you do swimming as well. Surely you're not a swimmer.
Not a great swimmer.
You know, you've got the length. You should be able to do it. I tell you what.
When you're younger, and you get sent to that big pool in Newton Park,
Yes, yes.
and the crowd are giving you a slow clap in because you're the last one to, and you're still like halfway, you're only halfway across the pool. That just kind of throws your whole career out.
It does, yeah. That's a bit.
So no, not a swimmer. I enjoy the sea, swimming in the sea, but that's just kind of,
Okay. You never mind.
over the waves.
Have you done any of that stuff on Mike Zitmelder's things? there?
No, look,
Ocean
I know
racing
Mike
or-
and Sandy well, and they do great work with those kind of events.
Yes.
But I'll stick with the social, the social swimming.
Social side. It's a bit of a dop, and I think that's the way to go. No, because I mean it's become very popular, and Philip has started going with the granny grommets they call themselves.
yes,
Huh?
yes.
You got to be over 50 and a woman. You have to
Yes.
be a woman and over 50.
Yes.
And they meet on when? Saturdays. I don't know. I think. And
Yes.
Wednesday mornings and Saturdays mornings. And they have a
Yes.
meeting and they get together and then they go and have a swim and a surf. And they have
Yes.
an absolute ball. They call themselves the Granny Groms.
Yes. So our
Yeah.
Inkanyezi team stayed at the guest house in East London the one time,
Yeah.
about a year or two ago. And yes, and we were waiting for our breakfast.
Yes.
And this lady says, I'll be back in about an hour.
Yeah.
I'm going for a swim in the sea with about 200 other ladies.
Yeah.
The granny grommets.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Very
Isn't it
popular. And I think it's a
marvelous?
great social. Someone keeps minutes while they're swimming in the sea.
Fantastic, you know, and they
Yeah.
get their boards, and some of them have
Yes.
never ever boogie boarded before, but they have such a joy. And I think I was trying to work out what it was. What was the secret to this whole thing? And I think it's the fact that one, they can just relax and
Yes.
be themselves.
Yes.
And two, it's very. What did my dear aunt called it? She's very undignified. It's undignified to like wash up on the sea and just be like lolling around because you can't
Yes.
get up.
Yes.
You know, there's something about that that's
Like a
actually
beached whale.
appealing. Yeah, exactly.
No, I think life is so busy that to find those kind of opportunities is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, so whether it's a serious activity or
Yeah.
something as fun as that, it's great.
How do you keep your balance?
Oh, I know. Look, I'm terrible at the moment. Walking the dogs is probably the most exercise that I get. But look, the children keep us busy as well. If they like to go down to the beach and take their surfboards, I'll go with for a quick swim. Take the dogs with to the beach. I've lost a bit of the regular nature of sport. But I've played the odd golf day, and but I think walking the dogs is probably the most exercise.
Walking dogs is good. I used to come past quite often here down at the bottom, and my dogs go absolutely boss. They just like crazy.
You think this is the first time I've been on your show? I've actually been on your show for many times. Many times.
On a Tuesday.
I'm the one swearing in the background. While you're interviewing your
bloody
person.
Dogs.
That's it.
and we've got such a lovely valley here to walk through as well.
Yes. No, look, Warmer is a great place, and it's central, and you can. Schools are here, churches are here, post office. Okay, let's not go there.
Okay. The post
The
office.
valley is here to walk.
Yes.
So,
what are the things that you enjoy to do outside of work? Have you got any other interests, things that you love?
So, I mean, the one thing that I really enjoy is community, and so I've got quite involved in our community forum in our area. We've got a couple of avenues and roads that make a bit of a forum.
Okay.
We try and meet
Like
once.
a WhatsApp group.
Yes.
There's a chap that's walking down the road. Watch out for him. And
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a black shirt on and a yellow car guard bib.
Car guard bib. What is going on? Yes, I'm wearing my car guard. Yes, I didn't even tell the people why I'm wearing the car guard bib because I thought events.
Yes.
So
Health and safety.
Frosnay Phillips.
Frosnay, very important. Most
Frosnay.
important person in any event.
Yes, somebody tag Frosnay and tell her what a little lovely jacket I've got.
So, Gino, I love that.
Yeah.
We're always saying to our community, it's not about being reactive, be proactive. Know who your neighbors are.
Yes.
You might not always like them, you might not always want to talk to them, but at least know who they are.
Yeah.
Ask them to tell you when they're going away for a weekend.
Keep an eye out.
Yes, I quite like that as a bit of a focus.
It gives you a bit of like a little blanket,
Yes.
It's like that help, and everybody wants things to go well in your community.
Yes.
So no matter if you don't get on with it doesn't matter because he's gonna not want anything bad to happen to your house.
That's it. No, spot on. So you want your house looked after. You want your grass verge to look really moist.
Yes.
So it was happy with you. Look at that WhatsApp group can be a bit interesting sometimes. I'm sure you on some as well that can be a bit interesting.
Everybody knows the WhatsApp group.
Everybody knows it. But no, that's quite a passion, and I enjoy playing that kind of role.
Okay. I see somebody's just I see Norman calling on there as well. Norman, how's it, Norman? Go on, P doesn't like us Walies. We all welcome you with open arms, Norman.
Still love you, Norman. Still love you.
Bring it on. Come, bring your guitar. Come play a little bit for us here, but come on, man.
That's it.
Really.
That's it.
These old grey guys.
Yeah. Good to see you,
Trevor
Norman.
Brown saying awesome guys like how's it, Trevor?
Yes.
Here we
Wow.
go.
So some people are watching our interview tonight.
No,
Okay.
they're watching it. It's not normally on a Monday, so they're not, but I'm sure on a Tuesday, if you're watching on Tuesday now, put some comments in as well, because we can reply to them after the fact.
Yeah.
It's easy peasy.
What for supper, guys?
Yes, what's for supper on tonight? 7 o'clock, right on the minute. How's it, Norman? Nice to see you, man. What are you doing up there, Norman? Are you still playing your guitar? Are you still doing gigs up there? I'd love to know. Norman was a regular, and I see he's got the 2 dogs there as well. You see that?
Yes, yeah. I think he would often stay with my brother-in-law when he comes down to PE.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So good old
Right.
is it Prospect Road?
Yes. Oh,
Fordyce Road.
Prospect.
I'm getting confused now. Fordyce Road.
Fordyce.
Yeah.
The Fordyce gang.
Overlooking the valley.
Oh, there we go. It's Settlers Park.
That's
There we
it.
go. Next
That's
to
it.
the Scout Hall.
That's
eh?
it. Very close.
Were you a scout as well, Norman? Kayla,
We will do our best.
I was a cub. I wasn't a scout.
Okay,
I
your
was
career ended after the Cubs. eh?
Warmer Aloe. That was it.
That's it. I remember that.
Warmer
Yeah.
Aloe,
I was St. Croix.
Oh, St. Croix.
Croix.
Oh, my word.
Cubs, yeah.
What colour were your things? I can't even remember.
No, I can't remember.
Yellow and
we
blue.
were at the bottom of Tippers Creek in Amsterdam Hook.
Oh, wow.
So if we were naughty, run up the hill.
My soul. But I enjoyed Cubs, though. I did enjoy it.
Yes.
But like you say, you enjoy the community things. So you enjoy those clubs. You enjoy a bit of sport, maybe, and enjoy, and you're probably a bit of a socialite.
Yeah, I think I enjoy people, enjoy meeting different people.
Your wife, how's she? She's not, because I mean, we like poles apart with that stuff.
Yes, I think she'd rather be a bit more in the background,
Okay.
but very supportive.
No, she doesn't people. Does she people as much as you?
No, not as much. Not as much. Not as much.
Because I people all the time. Philip is like not a people-y person. Nobody peoples as much as me. I don't know about that. I think there are quite a few people, but Andrew does.
No, look, I enjoy people and different ages. I think growing up in Red House helped with that because you kind of interacted with young people and old people. I'll never forget there was a Mrs. Girdleston in Red House, and in her 80s she would call me. I mean, she took me up to my waist. Yeah. She would call me, Andrew, can you please come change my light bulb?
Oh, shame, man.
So every sort of month or two, I got the call to come change the light bulb. And
Andrew,
that's it.
because he was so bloody tall, man.
That's it. But you were forced to interact with, and your parents were friends with different age group people. So you got to interact with different age groups. I enjoy that.
Yeah, and it's just your connections when you go into business as well are so important as well. Like I know you're involved in the Muir Old Boys as well. Is that a big part of your?
Yes, I've just finished my 5-year tenure as president of the Old Muir Art Union.
I thought you were. I was going to say. Yes.
But I'm still very involved. In fact, last weekend we had an Old Boys cricket day against some of the boys. I'm still recovering.
Oh, shit.
I'm still recovering.
That's the problem. You can't do what you used to do.
But even there, the team I played for played against the teachers' team. But in our team, we had a guy who was, I think, left school 2-3 years ago, and we had one guy left school. I think he was class of 1982. So you can imagine
Yes.
So that's great. I love that kind of vibe where you've got a variety of cultures and ages.
Yeah. Yes.
And the same at church as well. I'm quite involved at Woburn Methodist Church down the road.
Oh, right, yes.
And of course, they also
Glovers.
Yes, the Glovers are there as well.
Debbie
So there you also have, from youth where my children are involved right through
Did you used to do that youth thing there, what they call the guild at the Mets?
Yeah, that's going back. That's
Because
going
they
back to
used
when
to
you were
do the
about 10 years
Some
old, eh?
Some K camps out at Red House.
Yes, just past Red House.
Yeah.
So I was quite involved with those camps as well. Great opportunities.
Alan
and
Glover
great-
was there. I
Yes,
remember. Yeah,
yes,
and
yes.
Hugh Glover too.
And then camping sort of was not replaced by, but holiday clubs became quite a big thing as well. So during June, July holidays, they'd always have a big holiday club.
Yes.
And you'd have 500-600 children, teenagers having different programs, and that was
Fantastic
was
fun.
great.
Those I used to love those.
Yes.
In fact, some of my first goes at doing stage stuff was at those camps. We used to do those skits.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. If I was a fireman I would be. And then you do all those different, all those plays and role plays and
and things. And I realized I could make people laugh back then already.
wow. So that was the start of your
Alan
career.
Glover, Alan Glover, I'll never forget.
Wow.
He was rolling on the floor, and I thought to myself, well, I can do this.
Wow. and Alan's
This
still
is
around.
easy.
Alan's still around as well.
Look, it's easy to make Alan laugh. You know what I mean? But I so remember that.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm sure at Red House then, did you also go there as well? Every now and again, or not? It was some K. It was called
Some K, yeah, some K. Look, it's probably about 4 or 5 Ks down the road from Red House, more in Perseverance.
Okay.
But I think I was probably about 10, 11, 12 when I first went to a camp, and big eyes and going off for the couple of days with strange people.
Yes.
But always good and always very.
Yeah. And of course, our parents in the 70s used to send us on, they'd just send you off on a bus. They'd put you on a bus and say, bugger off.
Exactly.
They don't
In
care.
fact, ironically, I think the first time I went to some K was, I must have been about 11 or 12. Yeah. They had to drive me to the top of Target Cliff, where the buses left from.
Yes.
And then the buses drove back to some K, for a weekend.
I'm just trying to think, was it Clarendon or the top of
No,
on the
right
other side?
right on top, close to Five Ways.
Five Ways Spa there, around there.
So my parents would drive me into what we call town.
Yes. And
to
just
get into the
leave you.
bus, and then wave out the window.
That's exactly. I remember waving at my folks.
Yes.
They just used to say, bugger off, go, off you go. They didn't care.
No.
They also used to leave you on the sidewalk in the car, sleeping while they were partying inside.
Sure.
Did you experience that as well?
That as well. That as well. And then I enjoyed my tennis. So at
Oh,
one stage,
okay.
my parents said, okay, well, don't you want to go for coaching? I said, yeah, okay. So I'd catch the train as probably like a 12-year-old, I reckon, from Red House to the PE main train station with my tennis racket, up through Traduna Mall, up Western Road past the Opera House. I'd walk up to St. George's Park on my own and go for tennis coaching, and they would come fetch me like 2 hours later. So, I mean, those days were so different the way you got out and did your own thing.
You just did it, eh?
Parents said, go.
12-year-old boy going on his own from the train station under Strand Street.
That's
oh
it.
my God! I mean, there was just
No, it wouldn't happen today.
I wouldn't go there myself. You know, even if I had a tennis racket in my hand. Did you play club tennis at all, God?
I played. So Red House had quite a sort of competitive club.
Okay.
Well, should I say you played competitively for 3 or 4 sets, and then you went to the club at the bowling club for a couple of toots afterwards. Yes. And then for some reason I ended up playing for the police club.
Oh.
And we played league tennis for the police.
Jeez.
I had an incredible tennis partner. This gentleman who was a policeman had a motorbike accident when he was younger.
Oh yeah.
And he had a prosthetic leg. So he couldn't move so well, but he would serve and then take 3 or 4 steps forward and then just volley from there. Incredible accuracy, and we ended up playing together for many years.
Oh my soul, yeah. It's like a steel prosthetic, wasn't it? Because there was a guy I remember. He was Johan. It used to play with a steel
I
prosthetic.
do recall a
and
guy
tire.
called Johan as well.
Yeah.
This was Monterey.
But he used to move
but,
around like it was no tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was no problem.
Yeah, I think if you got the skill,
Yeah.
then you just close off the angles, and
Yes,
we had
that's
great fun.
Gee, you would say. So
And
you
that-
played for Politie?
We played for the Politie, and then that led to indoor cricket, which was quite a phase for many years.
Yeah, okay.
And then we ended up playing a few other teams after that.
Okay.
Action cricket, there was a lot of fun.
That was a big thing. Eh?
Oh, you would come out there
Action
sweating like
cricket
a pig
was-
after
yes.
half an hour game. Yeah?
Yeah, I was hectic.
But lots of fun as well. So I've had my different
Okay.
sports that I've played. And
Action cricket was something I always fancied to play. I must admit when it was going, you know.
yes.
And I see it's padel now. Hey?
Yes.
Padel.
Padel.
You
Padel.
haven't had a urge to go for that.
I've played a little bit.
Okay.
But sometimes your mind thinks you can get to the ball, but then you find yourself lying on the padel court. So I've played a few games, and now I really enjoy it. You know, it's like a mini tennis. So now it's
well, you can reach everywhere with your bloody height. Jeez, your long arms.
Yeah.
No, so UPE. What did you study UPE? Then?
I studied UPE. I studied BCom law.
Okay.
The law part didn't go brilliantly after a while, so we did a bit of maneuvering.
Okay.
And after 1 year of staying in Xanadu, my parents said, this is not working so well for you, so you better come back home.
What year was this now?
1989.
89, yeah.
So I
was
matriculated at Muir College in 88, and in 89 I was in Xanadu. Wow. And for those first 6 months, I mean, every single day there's a flat party somewhere with a different flat of Melody, or if you broke with tradition with Veritas.
88 was my matric year.
Wow.
Also 88
Ah,
matric.
same year. How's that?
So we're in, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was there from 89 to 94.
Yes, I think same time as
Because
me.
extra year, because...
And what did you study then?
Xanadu.
Yeah. What did you study?
I studied a BA. I did a BA. I started at a BCom, as you know we do. You did law, and then I switched to a BA. I actually studied languages in the end. I did Xhosa and Sotho.
Oh, very good.
But,
very good.
But Lance Duplessis was there.
He was there. Lance was there. In fact, I even had a small stint DJing on Radio Uppy.
Oh, did you?
Because a gentleman called Roger Thomas, who was the station manager.
I know him very well.
Yeah, so Roger was in my flat, yes.
Yes.
He was in my flat, Xanadu M flat.
Somebody tag Roger Thomas, please.
Roger Thomas. And occasionally Roger would say, I'm too tired to do the 6 a.m. show. Binning!
Bloody Welshman.
Yeah. So off I would go and take the disc out, and he showed me once how to just turn it back by,
really?
and then you put the needle down.
Oh, cool. So you did the full-on...
I did the full-on Radio
yes,
Uppy.
sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
so I even had a DJ career. It lasted about
You know,
6
you could
months.
have continued. A lot of those guys on Radio Uppy went
Yes,
on to
yes.
Algoa. And
Yes,
to
old
Five
Charles
Rivers.
Leslie was there same
Yeah.
time as me, and Roger and Lance Duplessis.
Yeah, and of course Martin Bester was also there as well.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
So many of the guys.
That's
were-
right, that's
were in
right.
there. Alfie J.
Yes.
I think Alfie was, and Dave Tillman.
Yes, yes, they were all there.
They
They were
were
all there.
all
No,
went
they were
there.
all there. You know,
Yeah.
so
And that year, I mean, that I know exactly when you're talking about. Then we used to go to the
Yeah.
kraal,
that's it.
and that lady with the hairnet that used to bake the burgers, and I
Yes.
just it used to make sauce like in this huge pot, and I just thought to myself,
Yes,
I wonder what's fallen in that bloody pot.
I'm not going to try any of that.
Take that sauce,
No, spot on.
slop it
spot
on those
on.
big burgers.
No, that was quite something. The kraal. Eh?
Yeah.
But the law lectures were the worst. I still get the shivers now. You know, these lectures. I mean, you were post school, but they still wanted to control that you were there.
Yeah.
Perhaps they wanted to report back to your parents. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But some of them were so aggressive, so wanting to catch you out. That sometimes even they called your name out to ask you a question, you just keep quiet.
you worry about it.
Ja, meneer Bunning, wat dink jy van hierdie vraag?
Yeah.
Meneer
'Cause we
Bunning,
had
is hierso.
Afrikaans, eh?
Afrikaans.
Because it was in those days we had to take Afrikaans lectures and English lectures.
That's
so
it,
there was
that's it.
some lectures in Afrikaans.
That's it. So if you're too scared to answer, you just pretend you weren't even there.
Yeah. It's just been very, very quiet. My soul, I just so remember. It's all coming back to me now as well. You're talking about it.
Yeah.
And I remember it was Xanadu. My friend Tracy was in Melody.
Melody, yeah, it was our sister raised. So we
yes.
had many a flat
And
party.
Veritas.
Veritas.
Yeah. I can't remember the other one.
Unitas.
Unitas.
Unitas was the men's.
Unitas, and
And
then
of
we
course,
were-
Unitas and Xanadu had the, you were always fighting. And
Yes,
I think we had a sheep as a mascot, like a real sheep.
Scarp.
Scarp.
Really?
Scarp kop.
Proper real sheep.
And these guys would try and hijack it and take it away. And once they got it right, and almost like World War III broke out.
Really?
So you were told to kind of hate the enemy.
We were Opidani.
Opidani.
Opidani was the day boys. They
Now, the only time I enjoyed associated with Opidani was when Opidani played Melody rugby.
Yeah.
Ladies rugby. Ladies rugby.
Yes,
And that got a bit out of hand sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure. And then, of course, the intervarsities were always great fun.
Yes, yes.
But
Yes.
but lovely. I've got great memories from the old UPE. You know,
Yes,
it was
yes.
cool. There was some strange stuff happening as well. I remember
Yes.
Eugene de Blanche coming to talk.
That's right. That's right.
Eh?
On his horse.
Yeah, yes, and it was hectic.
But
and
amazing how he attracted people to go and listen to him. You know? So I
know.
think the more controversial those people
Yes,
were,
yeah.
the more people who wanted to go listen to them. You know? So they would pack out that auditorium.
It was,
all those-
and
those,
there were protests and there were all sorts going on. Because I was part of this concerned students group that was,
Okay.
also very lefties. We were the lefties. There were a couple of people being arrested.
I think it happens a lot these days, but in
Yeah.
those days it was big news to be arrested or
Yeah,
or
I know it was. Yeah,
to
yeah,
toy
yeah.
toy.
No, you couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't do that.
To toy toy.
And of course, I was always with the music, so that was always a joy. What was your so you studied varsity? Did you start work immediately afterwards, or did you go overseas or anything?
Funny, I got quite involved in the same Methodist church when I was at university, and then they asked me to come and be a youth pastor for a couple of years. So I
Okay,
was
it's a
youth
very
pastor.
strong church. That
Very strong. No, and a big
very-
focus on young
yeah,
people.
Yes,
Young
the
people,
youth.
students, youth.
Always has.
So I
been.
did that for a couple of years. And then I did a short stint at Damlin. I was
So
asked to...
you're youth pastor.
I
as
was a
well.
youth pastor.
Jeez, like I don't know the advice that you would have given me. Okay.
Yeah, it's taking you a long time to invite me onto your show.
I know, because I know with all this, spiritual stuff going on. You never know. No, Andrew, that's great.
So I did that, and I did a short stint at Damlin. They approached me to be I think my title was student coordinator. So I coordinated sport and societies and the things I kind of really enjoyed doing.
And being a youth pastor as well would also be in there. There's always people
Yes,
around. There's always
people.
stuff to
That's
organise.
That's it.
It is your
Invite
basis.
guest speakers to come to the college.
Yes.
And in those days, Damlin was a fairly big college. I think we were at the old Walmer Gardens, which is unfortunately is a bit run down these days.
Yes,
But we had
probably.
over 850, I think, full-time students in those days. So it's quite big.
Gee whiz,
And then from there, a guy who I'd met, I was at
So now this
UP.
was when did Damlin? Because I used to play guitar there at the Warmer Gardens, and that must have been 92, 93.
Yes, this was somewhere just after that. So I think probably
Okay,
Warmer Gardens
95,
then
96.
became, I think
Yes.
Damlin took over the facilities.
Yes.
But interesting story. I think
Yeah.
I was probably there like 94, 95, 96, somewhere around there. I mean, I would be standing at the front door to welcome a guest speaker who's coming to talk to the students.
Yeah.
And here a family would arrive with their suitcases. We're coming to check into the Warmer Gardens Hotel. Sorry.
Oh dear, sorry.
The hotel closed down about 3-4 years ago.
My soul,
And they still booked online, had paid for the for their-
scammed.
scammed out.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just the worst. Oh,
And then Gino, in 98, we started Inkanyezi, a few of us.
Okay.
And I've been going now for,
so 98 already.
yes, so what's
So
that,
you thought about that already?
27 odd years ago?
You're 28 years old.
28
To
years
your
old.
own business.
There are a few of us who are directors.
How many?
and
Who are the directors?
So currently it's just myself and a guy called Dion Engelke.
Okay.
We had Alfred da Costa was one stage was director with us, and then
remember Alfred.
Mkululi Palani was a guy who I'd met at he was at Rhodes and I was at UPE.
Okay.
And the two of us really kind of got the thing going in 98 together.
Wow.
And we've had a lot of staff sort of come and go for various reasons.
Okay.
But we started off our first gig. In fact, Mkululi managed to secure it, was through a pharmaceutical company, and we had to launch the new Disprin CV100.
Yeah.
So in the past, you had to always break a Disprin
Oh,
into
yes,
like
in half.
pieces, in half.
Yes.
And then this company said, well, why don't we just do one that's the right milligrams?
Yeah.
So we got to
Wow.
launch this Disprin to doctors and pharmacists all over the country.
Okay.
And that was the start
Single
of...
dose.
Yes, it's single dose.
Oh,
single
my
dose.
soul. This is
And
hard.
we went to places, from Namibia to Oak Cape in the Northern Cape.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
Northern
yeah,
Cape. Through to Durban and
Gee whiz, but
Maritzburg and all over.
Andrew, to start your own business at 28, that's commendable.
Yeah, it was a bit of a risk because we
Yeah.
both, in a sense, gave up our jobs. But I think we both went totally happy, including myself, when we
Okay.
first started the
And
business.
you were at Damlin at that time.
I was at Damlin and I thought, no, there must be more to this, and I want to be a bit more flexible and my own driver. And so we haven't looked back. It took us many years to kind of just get past the starting off stage. Even though we had
Get
quite a
that
good
little
start.
gig, they've got enough money,
That's it.
enough cash flow. Okay,
That's
but
it.
we need to do this. What about how
That's
are we
it.
going to find the money to do that?
That's it. In fact, that event, I recall, even my parents getting involved. So we needed a phone number for doctors to reply. We had no offices at that stage, so went to my parents.
51,
That's
whatever.
it. 363 Red House.
363,
Red House. Red House
363.
number. Red House number
Hello,
became.
Red House.
That's it. Yes, Inkanyezi, which event are you replying to? And then my father would have the sheets for, I think it was 16 different events in the space of about 3 weeks.
Wow.
So
Jeez,
he would then say, okay, Doctor, so all menu, all written down.
Yes.
Who's replying to come to this event? Vredenburg, O'Kip, Cape Town, George, P, East London.
Wow.
And that's how we started. And
Did you travel around to all those spots then? And did you take PA with you and stuff as well? Did you do the event?
So Mkululi and I went to all those events, and it was probably one of the few events we've ever done, even though we've been going for 28 odd years, where the client said, initially up front, there's no budget. Please come up with your creative idea. So got our creative ideas going already. They wanted well-known personalities, for example, to be MCs. So I still recall getting old Fani de Villiers,
Funny, yes, so. Yeah.
Gerhardus Liebenberg,
Jeez,
and people like that, cricket players who would
Yes.
often come in, and then Barry Hilton.
Oh, very.
Come and be our MC. Went pear-shaped after that.
Yeah.
So that we started off and then carried on, and
Gee whiz,
probably about
that's
15
amazing.
years ago we kind of took a liking more to trade shows. So that's
Yeah.
probably what our focus is now.
So mostly into the trade shows now.
Mostly trade shows. Although we do the odd special event or launch or conference, but trade shows are our real passion. We love this.
Yeah.
You must stand in front of me and sell your product to me now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well,
And use all my senses.
That's
Smell, taste,
absolutely.
see,
I'm
hear.
so with you with that because that's been lost with the online thing. That people, when you talk to somebody face to face, you see all those
That's it.
all the things that are happening around.
That's it.
You know, all those cues that
Yes.
that we've been.
Yes.
That's in our genes, our genetic
Yes.
makeup.
Yes.
You know, to
Quite
recognize what's going on.
No, quite right. There's a place for every medium.
Guy
you
can
know,
say
but-
yes, but you know he's saying no.
Yes, quite right. But if it's in front of you, face to face, you can pick up very
can pick
quickly.
it up.
This
You,
guy's not quite telling the
Not quite
truth.
yesing. He's just yesing me to make me happy.
That's
you
it.
know.
That's it. That's it.
And so that's so important, you know.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Yeah.
But now tell me about stuff that's just as a thing about stuff that's gone wrong. Like a story. I love to hear stories about. Like we've had some really crap gigs in our lives. Like the musos have always got like their worst gig. Like my soul.
Wow.
It's normally things that stack up against you, like the gods conspire against you.
Yes, yes.
Weather
yes.
or thing, you know, or whatever.
Yes, I mean, one always tries to plan for
Yes.
every eventuality, you know, so I'm quite a stickler with that, even though we say logistics is not the be-all and end-all, it's important that things work well. So weather is a classic example. I think that one of the first automotive weeks that we had conceptualized and organized, we thought, okay, we're in the Eastern Cape, we're in PE, there's no gala dinner. The gala dinner is on the beach,
Okay.
under the bridge
Oh.
at Happy Valley.
Oh, I know that one. Yes.
And I stand to be corrected, but I think we were the first company ever to organize the event there.
Wow.
And
Okay.
subsequently, we've done a couple of more.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
many companies have it as well.
I mean, a lot of those. Yeah,
I
I've
think-
done a few of those
Yes.
myself. I might have even done that one.
Maybe could well have been there, but I think the second time we organized the Automotive Week event under the bridge, it rained, it howled. But you know, I think people are amazing. You just got to if you yourself look like you all downhearted and this
Yeah.
is terrible. Oh,
No.
woe is this
No.
event. Then it sets a tone.
Yeah.
So you go with the flow. We got
Yeah.
bought in some quick
Come on.
fires and some
Bring
gas heaters.
Yes.
But the weather can be, if you choose a venue like that,
I know.
it can, you know.
It can be, and things. I mean, we had a speaker stack blow over the way.
Oh my
In the wind,
goodness.
you know, crazy stuff.
But you laugh at it afterwards.
No,
eh?
you do. You're just like, oh my word, yeah. No.
I think that mohair event we did in Grafenet also, we had a Moor Vatone.
Oh, more for Tony.
She was coming through to do something. I can't think if she was going to MC something or she was going to entertain us. I think she was going to sing.
Sings.
She was a singer, you're
She
right.
sings.
En sy het haar vliegtuig gemis.
O, yes, so vliegtuig. Die
Ja.
vliegtuig van haar.
Daar vliegtuig
Yes, so bliksem.
het afgegaan en
Joris-
sy was nog
Joris
steeds
was
by
nie daar
die...
nie,
Nee, hy was nie daar nie.
So,
So I think we had to do some jostling and some repositioning, and then she came about 3 hours later, and as we were closing off, and welkom ons vir 'n
more
môre.
for Tony.
That's it.
Yes.
So then she joined us,
my
but
soul.
yeah. So I mean, that was one example I can think of where timing gets thrown out, and what can you do?
No, you just got to make a plan.
You gotta make a
and
plan.
we've had load sheddings so many times.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have had to deal with load shedding.
In fact, one of our trade shows was similar to the Narcam show, which we're now doing at the Boardwalk in August, was also at the Boardwalk. And we've learnt in terms of backup generators and a backup generator for the backup generator.
Yes, I know.
Because one of our events, the power went and it went as dark, and the one guy tripped over something on the trade show and went sprawling.
Oh, no.
So I recall that quite clearly. It was
Oh,
a guy
my
from the
word.
UK, a visitor from the
Like,
UK.
And then you got to have like this insurance to because
That's
what
it.
happens if they injure
That's
themselves?
it. That's it.
and
No.
light fall on their heads.
That's it.
Good
No,
Lord,
Frosne
man.
to the fore. Every
Yes,
event you got to have your
Frosne,
life
this is
insurance
it.
and
Yeah.
public liability.
Public liability, and
Yeah.
there's such a lot that goes into these things. I mean, and Andrew, like kudos to you, because that Narcam thing is massive. These mega events. I mean, on your website you talk about these mega events, and you do them. It's the logistics and the stuff involved is phenomenal.
yes.
You must have a team.
We
on
do
your side.
we do have a very good team, and Gino, we do things outside of the city. And in fact, now we're doing this one event into Africa every 2 years. But there's something special about doing it in your own back garden. Often people forget about you because you sometimes
Yeah.
doing events in Joburg and Durban and Cairo, done an event, and Algeria. Yeah, we did an event 2 years ago in Cairo. So you kind of almost get forgotten about in your own back garden.
Yes.
And then you link up with someone like Denise van Heestien of the Business Chamber, and
She's amazing.
she's coining this phrase "Bay of Opportunity," and you start realizing, wow, I actually live in the Bay of Opportunity. There are opportunities here,
Yeah.
and so events like the Narcam show and others which should really come to our city because we can. We've got to be creative sometimes around them.
Man,
That's it.
is here as well.
No,
I
we
mean,
need these big events. We
have
need
to have
them.
And we need to all, everybody needs to pull together to get these things in.
Correct.
Because if we don't,
Correct.
we're just going to end up with a shell, We need to do it.
No, the opportunity is there.
Yeah. And so going forward, future stuff. I mean, what would you really like to do?
Wow.
I mean, even when you finished with the.
Yes.
Would you carry on? I mean, I know you. I mean, everybody enjoys their job. That's why
Yes.
you're doing it. I mean, you
Yes.
started it yourself, so
Yes,
you would
yes.
have molded into something that you love.
Yes.
But you get in the end, and in the end, you might want to move on and do something else.
Yes, I do give it some thought every now and then. For now, I really enjoy what I'm doing. Although sometimes I see people who are maybe in their mid to late 60s still doing what I'm doing, and I think, no, I can't be doing that when I get to that age, which is not too far away,
Yeah.
So I haven't given too much thought. I almost feel like I would like to try something really different. What it is, I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
I'm not so sure. I love traveling, so and the family love traveling. So we try every 3 or 4 years to an international trip, and we've done some really interesting ones.
Yeah. What's your favorite place to go to so far?
I think Italy.
Oh, very
think
good.
Italy.
I love it for this. Of course. Which place in Italy?
Italy.
Tell me which place.
Which place? It's Napoli.
Napoli. is
Napoli.
Mafiosi.
It's a cut of your face.
Yeah, of course. Okay. What about Verona?
Yeah, Verona is second best.
Oh,
Napoli won, Verona second.
no, che cazzo Napoli.
Maybe I'll buy one of the €1 houses in south of Italy.
There we go. You can buy them.
Yes, but then you spend €50,000 digging them up.
Doing them up. Yeah. You want to do that, yeah.
But Italy, Croatia,
Yeah.
we went to Turkey 2 years ago. Loved Turkey. Wouldn't mind going back to Turkey.
I always say you mustn't book a holiday when you're hungry. Turkey. It's always and Brussels is another one.
No, don't go to Brussels.
Because you're hungry.
That's what. And then,
No,
and then
Turkey,
also
so
in our
Turkey,
country,
right.
we've got great places. So we've been to the Magaliesberg, and we've been down to Nice, and then the Garden Route a couple of times.
Yeah,
And,
because in your own backyard there's
yeah,
lots
so love traveling,
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'll organize golf tours or something like that.
That could be a vibe, because you can still organize things.
Yes,
And,
yes.
And, I mean,
So we'll see.
And you can still people.
Still people.
You can still people.
I can still
You
people.
can still people.
I can still people. I can still people. So I haven't given too much thought, to be honest. But at some
there we
point,
go.
maybe try something different.
There's some Brian Wilkinson. How's it, Brian? Nice to see you online. Good to see Andrew again. We go back to the early
Yes.
days, the boardwalk. Brilliant
Yes,
organizer.
Brian was our good contact there at the board. Made sure things were
Ship shape.
ship-shape,
Yes,
secure.
yes. He was like the Frosnay Phillips of the
That's it,
boardwalk.
that's
You were
it.
the Frosnay. I'm wearing this especially for you, Brian, tonight.
Didn't mess around with Brian. So, no, good to see you, Brian.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I see who's Ray Zeroth. Nice to see you,
Oh,
Ray.
Ray's my old neighbor from 2 houses down.
Yes, okay. Is that
He sold his house to downscale and he moved like 3 houses further down to a bigger house.
Ray, that's no good. Was that SAB, right?
Yes,
SAB,
and,
of course,
and
Ray.
Brand House.
Oh, Brand House as well.
House.
Okay, is that the one too?
Yeah,
Gee, was
yeah,
Ray.
lots of-
Yeah, Ray, we should have you on the show, Ray.
Yeah, Ray must be
absolutely.
next.
And Rika, I see Rika there. Today, you must have inverters. You're absolutely right.
Inverters or solar. Solar
we've
is
got-
the way to go. Eh?
In 2020, just before 2020, I got my solar stuff in there, and I tell you, it's been fantastic. So
Working well.
I've never had a day of load shedding.
So you don't realize load shedding. Everyone
Just
on your
goes-
WhatsApp group is complaining, saying,
No,
is it
we
load shedding?
Load shedding, when's it ending? I must have a look at Eskom's push.
That's it.
Yeah.
And for you, it's like, no worries.
No problem.
No problem.
Rika, I see what she's saying. English guys, what's that? English guys, English.
English guys talking Italian.
We talk Italian sometimes.
mamma
Of Afrikaans. Yes, Afrikaans. Anthony, how's it? Anthony just is there as well. Nice to see Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony's
Do you traveling?
in
Do you
Muir.
enjoy traveling much?
I travel a lot, and I do. In fact, this week I'm going up to Durban. We're driving. Driving all the way to Durban. It's going to be
Got the
heavy.
aircon working well?
It's all good. ECM, East Cape Motors, they've got me a bucky here.
Very
and,
nice,
The
very nice.
legend that is the Steve Theodosia and
Yes.
Dale Cuthbert
Yes.
organised me there, and
Yes.
so we've got no worries.
Very
yeah.
good. So doing a nice big gig in.
It's a
Durban.
tour. It's a tour, like they say in Lower Albany. Going on a tour,
tour.
Gino. I'm going
And
on
what
a
goes on tour?
stays on
Stays on
tour.
tour.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yes.
we're traveling up the two of us. We're going
Excellent.
to do 3 gigs: Peter Marisburg, Richards Bay, and Durban. So we're going to
Very
do
good.
that. Yeah,
Very
that's
good.
nice.
Very good. Very
So,
good.
but you know all about the road shows as well, I'm sure, Ben, as well. You've done
Yes, I
some.
mean, yes, and I love getting around to different places and.
But the traveling, so you'd like to travel, and you'd like, and you still want to keep on peopling.
Still keep on peopling,
Yeah.
you know. The one area I haven't mentioned to you that I'm also quite involved from a peopling
Yes.
perspective
Yeah.
is Rotary. So I'm quite involved
Oh.
in Rotary.
Okay.
And in fact, our
Which
club,
one?
the Rotary Club of Port Elizabeth, the mother club, the club that
they're all the mother clubs, that's
No,
what
no,
they
no. The PE Rotary Club gave birth
Oh, I
to the
see.
other clubs.
Okay.
So don't let anybody fool you.
Not south and north.
No,
and
south,
east,
north, west.
You know.
In fact, the Rotary Club of Port Elizabeth this year turns 100 years old.
Wow.
So we're busy preparing a big bash.
That's 1924 then.
1925.
125 then. sorry.
25th of April 1925 is when our club said we are starting off to
Okay.
impact the community. And so we're a smallish club, but we're quite dynamic, we're quite
Where do
multicultural.
you guys meet then?
We meet at the P. St. George's Club in Bird Street.
Oh. I went to the one that was in at near the Greek place. there, up there,
Yes,
that side.
that's the Rotary Club of Algoa Bay.
Algoa
No, they're not
Bay.
too bad.
That's-
Not too shabby.
I'm sure Peter Long was there. wasn't he?
Yes, Peter
and,
Long.
and Michelle Brown.
Michelle
also.
Brown and Jenna Dubell and
Yes,
Dane
Gianna
Dubell.
Dubell.
and-
This Italianos. This
That's
very
it,
Italian,
that's it.
of course.
And who's our financial man who's currently the president of that club is I've got blank. Paul. 373799.
Oh, Paul Leonard.
Paul Leonard.
Paul
I
Leonard.
went, sorry, Paul. I went blank for a second there. 37379999. So I think Paul is the current president. The president of our club currently is Schlubby, Hewitt Coleman.
Okay,
You know
all right.
Schlubby,
Yes,
and
yes,
very dynamic, and we've got a very active club.
That is, Rotary is marvelous. I mean, they do so much across the country. You know,
Yes.
there's always the round tablers, and then the tablers sort of they fade into the Rotary where
That's
they
it,
get a little
that's
more
it,
serious.
That's it.
And
Also,
not
one
as
of them
much
has got an age limit. I think it might be round table.
Round
when
table's
you
got
get
age,
to, I think,
40.
49 or is it 40? 40.
40, I think it's 40. Yeah.
So when you get to 40, you still got plenty of energy left in you. You know?
Plenty.
You can't be put out to pasture yet.
No.
You know, so
No, as we know, we're going for 55. You know.
yeah.
All right, well, let's do this. We're going to do something called the Getting to Know You section, which is just a couple of crazy questions to end off.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
One. There we go. All right, so here we go. The Getting to Know You section.
Wow.
Andrew Binning.
This sounds quite scary.
Yeah, okay. Firstly, the biggest risk that you've ever taken.
Probably going overseas on my own just after university days. Not quite sure of where I was going to and what I was going to do.
Oh.
And
Where did you book a flight to?
to Schiphol.
Schiphol in the
In
Netherlands.
the Netherlands, yeah,
Yes,
the
very
Netherlands.
good. I was very good in the
Yes,
Netherlands.
that's
Did you get there?
Probably wearing my orange outfit.
It's Andrew.
Pre-
Hello, Andrew
pre-
Benning.
Pre these days.
Great to see you. What would you like to do? Go to shop?
That's it. That's it. Or I ended up in Paris once and I ordered a cup of coffee and it came with no milk.
Oh, yeah.
And
they
I
do
asked the waiter, can I have some milk? And he says, no.
They don't like English. You should have spoke Afrikaans.
Well, I think they don't like English and they don't believe in having milk in your coffee.
Okay, that is
So,
well.
so it was like double whammy. I'm speaking English to him and I wanted milk. It was like a no.
No. And did you survived, obviously?
I survived. I was
How long did you
overseas
go
for
for?
about 6 months.
Wow.
So I just went around to a couple of places and
Find a
but-
job somewhere.
no, I think I family and friends and
God,
and,
just
so it was-
sponging the whole
yeah,
time.
Yeah. So it was probably my biggest risk.
Yeah.
And then I think second was probably leaving my job to start Inkanyezi.
Yeah.
You know, in today's day, I don't think one would do it.
Yeah.
But I was still young and
Getting a salary, you know.
getting a little bit of salary there.
You're getting salary.
So,
So, what do? Do you
that's it.
give up the salary? You got to
That's
do
it. That's it. Yeah.
It
Tough
is.
question.
It is.
Make the next one easier.
Something spontaneous or irresponsible that you've done.
Something
As
spontaneous.
a Muir boy, a little chap from Red House. No,
So that same trip
yeah.
I was on,
Yeah.
I discovered that a school friend of mine was also going to be now. I'd last seen him about 4 years before.
Muir boy.
Yes, also Muir,
Okay.
my tennis partner at Muir.
Oh, okay.
Unbeaten in my trick year, I must say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he heard that I was going to be overseas and he was going to be there as well. And we said, okay, on the 10th of June, can't think of the year now, 1994, 5. Let's meet up and spend a couple of days together or a week or two together.
Yeah.
Where shall we meet up? And we just pays to the then Let's Go Europe word.
Let's go.
And we found a place called the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin.
Yes, okay, I know the Brandenburg Gate, of
That's
course.
it. Yeah, close to Checkpoint Charlie.
Yeah.
But we said we'll meet at 1 o'clock on this date. And then I didn't speak to him for about 6-7 months after that.
Oh, my soul.
We went off, and of course, then that was spontaneous. We kind of came and we almost arrived at the same time.
Really?
And it was great.
No
you know?
ways, you
Not
can
sure if
actually
he was
do
going to
it.
be there. He thought there's no ways, but
ways,
he's
no
not sure if Andrew was going to arrive
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And so we met up at the Brandenburg Gate.
That's fantastic at the Brandenburg Gate. What a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure you were
pretty
hoping for me to say as spontaneous was like to bungee jump or something.
good. Yeah,
but
no.
I'm a bit
That's
scared.
good.
I'm a bit scared of heights.
No, that's damn good. Oh, you're a bit scared of heights.
Scared of heights.
I don't like that. No, jumping. You haven't been on that treetop tour in Tsitsikama then?
I think I did once, and I'm
Okay. It's still PTSD.
still shaking.
That's just from lack of alcohol. Okay. The most uncomfortable place you ever slept, probably at the same time.
The answer that comes to mind immediately was about 4 or 5 years ago. I used to
Yes,
I
when
used
you're
to
50.
I used to represent our industry sector on a BRICS forum. Do you know BRICS?
Oh, yes, bricks, yeah.
Brazil, Russia,
course.
India. So I've been to
China,
all
yes.
those countries. I've been
Okay.
fortunate to be there. But on my one trip back from China, I thought I'm going to spend just one night in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Because my flight was via Hong Kong. I'd never been there. You hear so much about Hong Kong.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I booked at my own cost an Airbnb for 800 rand equivalent
Oy, okay.
for an Airbnb single room.
Yo, it's like a Formula One kind of vibe.
No, Formula One is 5-star.
Okay.
This place, you actually climbed off the end of the bed and you had to open the door to then go outside. Or the other way, if you got off, you went straight into the bathroom, literally onto the toilet. It was so small. I mean, I didn't mind. I was on my own and I was prepared to wing it.
It's one of those places where they just open the door and they take a big hose
That's
and they
it.
just hose
That's
it.
it. Probably everything. The bed, the cupboard.
everything.
No, there was no cupboard. It was
I mean, at like 7'9", I mean, how tall are you, Andrew?
197. So 6'5" next to me.
Jeez, like,
My suitcase had to go on the bed. There was no space. No, it was fine. I survived and I put my legs over or
but
around.
it wasn't comfy.
No, so that was quite
Very good.
something.
I like that.
Now, there's some experience when, on my way to Brazil. The one time I had to go via the States, and I decided to spend 2 nights in New York.
Yeah.
And the Airbnb said it was a shared Airbnb. So I thought that's all right. Also around about 850, 900 rand equivalent. I get there, it's got 2 rooms with 4 bunk beds in each.
Oh, shit, that's shared.
8 guys in one, 8 ladies in the other.
No.
The owner and his wife, who were Turkish, slept on the couch in the entranceway. 1 bathroom,
Oh my soul, man.
for 20 people, and he says they are literally fully booked for
Jeez, like,
all time. But that was
That's
quite
a way to
weird.
make some money,
yeah, making big money. Big money.
gonna have some complaints though, for sure.
And the day I arrived, I was moeg, so I climbed up to my bunk bed, I fell asleep, I woke up, and then there was just
Full of
people everywhere.
No, that's terrible. Philippa would hate that. Jesus, she's getting already PTSD for just thinking about that. Oh, my soul. Okay, so they said the worst job that you ever had.
The worst job? No, I haven't had.
No bad dog jobs.
No,
Not too
no,
terrible jobs.
no. I see
But you've chosen your path. That's probably
chosen
why.
the path, and I think I see the positive in everything. And
Yeah.
if it's paying you some money, then you kind of just do
You
it.
just do it.
So no, I haven't got any.
Okay, so
Bad
if
job.
you had to, if you had to do it all over again, would you do the same thing?
I do the same thing.
Really? Yeah.
Yes. No, I'll do the same thing.
Oh, at 28, like that is I mean, that says everything. You know, if at 28 you decide to start your business and you're still going,
Yes.
that is incredible.
Yes.
That's really
No,
good.
I enjoy what I do, and I think just the challenge is being your own, having your own business is almost more difficult than when you're working for somebody, because you almost got to force yourself to find some time to take off, or
Yes,
to
yes.
you know. So occasionally I say to the wife, let's go for breakfast
Yeah.
on a Friday morning, and she'll say, what's wrong? And I'll say, no, let's just break the monotony. you know?
Yeah.
Let's do something out of the box. So that's my
No, that's good.
that's my. But I enjoy what I do.
Because that balance is important. It's so important. You get constantly wound up in the work,
Yes.
and because of the way the world is now with the phone
Yes.
being on all the time, it's just bang, 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 bang. You're processing 20 times the information that we used to do when we didn't have cell phones.
Yes, quite right. No, quite right. And having come through COVID, you kind of feel, well, okay, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
We'll make a plan. We'll somehow survive. You know.
But
So
also, we can't be bulletproof all the time. We've got to,
Sure.
because there's so much, there's so many mental problems, so many, so much depression out there, so much anxiety out there.
Yes.
It's just like it's because we're getting bombarded. You know?
yes, no, it's information all the time. So,
Yeah.
but no, look, I wouldn't change anything.
All right. Yes. One more question. There's another question. Do you think? Do you think an entrepreneur is born or bred
Or bread.
or made? Yeah.
Look, I think no one knows if an entrepreneur is born, but I think you can develop skills as you kind of go along. So in my line of work, you've got to be prepared to engage with anybody, present concepts and proposals to anybody.
Yes.
So at primary school and high school, I was the most quietest person out.
Yeah.
You know, when someone comes to me now and says, when I was president of the old Muir Union, and I was introduced to them, and then they knew me from school, they would like, huh?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're the right same person?
You want to talk?
He was at school, you know, because at school I was a very quiet and reserved person. But I've learned, and I still get nervous when I talk in front of people, or when I do a presentation to a CEO or to the mayor or someone like that.
Of course,
You still get nervous,
Yes.
but I think you learn to harness that skill
Yeah.
of presenting, of speaking, of being confident.
Yeah.
You also learn to rely on other people. I know I haven't got all the skills required to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I think that's a key thing. If you can bring on people and rely on people to do what they do best for the better of your business, then
To build that team, man.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the
So-
team that you've got now, you're happy with?
Very happy, you know. And my fellow director at this stage, Dion Ingelke,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a journalist by trade. And my writing skills are almost non-existent, but you know, give him a concept and he'll put together a proposal and a presentation, and
focused guy,
incredibly focused. You know,
that's what you need.
so you need a good team. You need,
Are you the ADD out there ideas guy, and he's the focus guy?
he's the
You
focused.
need that.
Quite right
I
there.
think you
No,
really need
quite
that
right.
in your
Quite
life,
right. So I think you learn to become an entrepreneur, and you can hone those skills.
Yeah. Andrew, thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on board tonight. I don't know if there are any other comments there. It's a great show. Aidan McKenzie, thank you, Aidan.
Good old Aidan.
There we go.
Yeah, he's trying to get the old Vix, doing a very good job at getting old Vix up and running.
Oh,
You know, for guys like yourself who went to VP, old Aidan.
I mean, I was with Brad and
Yes,
Brad was in my rugby team with me.
So-
So it's crazy Scotsman, Aidan.
That's it. Eh?
Brad and Andrew.
That's it. He lives around the corner from me. Sometimes I hear his parties. I hear your
No,
parties.
no,
They're going on late into the night.
Drunken parties, I know
Yeah.
that. Terrible drinkers, those Mackenzies. There we go. Dion Chabert. How's the evening, Andrew and Gino?
Okay,
He's
good
there
one.
as well.
Dion, yeah.
Dion.
Dion's also very involved in the Narcam show.
Oh, okay, yes.
SJM Flex.
Okay.
I think the golf day is probably more exciting for him than
for
the
him.
actual conference.
Excellent.
But I shouldn't say too much about
I
that.
enjoy a good golf day, you know.
Was it Dion?
And I see Linda Witt saying, how's it as well? Hello, Lynn. Nice to see you as well. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on board. It's been fantastic.
Thanks so much for
getting to know you.
for
a bit,
having
you
me.
know.
Yeah.
It's been, you've been walking past my gate for years, you know, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you're so long. I'm the 401st.
400, I don't know, probably 450, you know. Really strong.
I know. No, well done on the great show. Okay.
We'll see you guys next week. Next week on Tuesday. This will be obviously rebroadcast tomorrow night, Tuesday as well. So it's gonna pop up. Thank you, Brian. Nice to see you online as well. Always good, always a pleasure. And we'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, 6:30. Make sure you subscribe. YouTube is the best way to do it. Thank you to our sponsors, Picture Me, and thank you to America.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.